Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Thanks for coming by today. It's that time of the week. Time for the weekly update. So let's just talk about what I read last week and had in progress and whatever else I want to chat about, right? Talk about the week. So, of course, we started March. Can you believe that March is already here? And anyway, I'm glad this week is over. It's just, you ever have one of those weeks where just are just like over everything? That's kind of a week for me. What else? I mean, that's about it. So let's just get into what I got all into last week. So books that I finished Tristan Strong Destroys the World. This is by Kwame Mbalia. This is book 2 of this series. This is a middle grade series. This was my middle grade pick for February. And I just squeaked it in by the end of the month. So I just pulled it up on audio, which I really enjoy the audiobooks for these. They're really well done and just really sort of bring this world to life. And so how to talk about this? So let's talk a little bit, I guess, about the first book. So our young protagonist, Tristan, is in the first book, he loses a friend. His friend of his passes away, and he's kind of sent to live with his grandparents in Alabama. He normally lives in Chicago. So he's sent to live with his grandparents in Alabama, just some time away, and just kind of collect himself. Right? He's struggling with the death of his friend. He gets transported to a world while he's there, and meets all sorts of things along the way, most of which are sort of these gods that live in this world that are based on African and African American lore. Things, so people like Anansi, of course, John Henry, Brer Bear, Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit, all those guys. There's Gum Baby, all these kinds of characters, and they're brought to life in this world. And so the first story is him kind of tracking down something that was stolen, essentially. In book 2, he's kind of transported back to this world because the world needs help, and Tristan has to help, and he finds out some things about his family along the way, particularly his grandparents, and which I really loved. And we meet a couple different characters in here. And it's just so lovely. It's just so wonderful. It's so powerful. Really, it's just gorgeous. It's just, I just love this book. Read this series. I gotta get to book 3 ASAP because I love Tristan Strong. So I loved this. 5 stars. I loved it. Yes. Okay, then I thought I'd get a little jump start. Just a little jump start on the week of weird. So I announced the week of weird is coming up starting March 12th. We're just spending a week reading weird stuff. I had just a little time, and so I listened to the audio for The Great God Pan by Arthur Machen. This is one of those stories. You have those stories that, I need to read that, you never do. Years and years and years and years, you never do. Yeah, that's kind of one of those stories. And this was good. This was really good. Definitely plays to sort of this old god, being this Pan, and this guy, there's this man who's like this, what's the word I'm looking for? He's doing experiments. That's what I'm trying to think. Trying to, I don't know, this experience with Pan. I don't know. I wouldn't explore too much because it's not super long. I don't know. It's strange. It's definitely weird. It's super creepy. It's a classic. If like me you haven't read it yet, read it because it's pretty daggone good. So Great God Pan, Arthur Machen. Finally read that, and yeah, pretty much blown away by it. So that was really good. So with that ended February for me. And all right, so March started up for you. Yeah, it's already the 3rd of March, and so I've got my March TBR rolling along. And so the Stephen King read along. We do the Stephen King book every month, once a month. And this pick was Dreamcatcher. This is a book I've been hesitant to read, though I also really wanted to read for a reason. If you've watched me an amount of time, you know that I have this kind of just lifelong sort of project of reading books that have characters with Down syndrome, just to see how, you know, they're portrayed. Would it be a book that I recommend or not? And I was really, really nervous about Dreamcatcher because this has a character with Down syndrome in it. And I was really nervous because I know King. I know how King is going to King, right? You know, and King kinged in this book for sure. And the representation, the language used around the character with Down syndrome, the characterization of him, everything sucked. And this book was shit, and I fucking hated it. And yeah, it is the absolute worst Stephen King book I've ever read. I didn't think anyone could get. Didn't think I could get lower than Elevation. I would rather read Elevation 20 more times before ever opening the front cover to Dreamcatcher. It sucked. It sucked so bad, you guys. It was awful. And I'm usually pretty, you know, I try to keep it positive over here, but I can't with this one. This book was terrible. I took 2 pages of notes. If you like to see that, I can rant. I will. They're not big pages, but 2 front back little note pages of every single thing that I hated about this book. That could be a fun video. Maybe I'll just do that. Hated it. Don't recommend it. And let's just move on. Something more positive, shall we? Let's dust that off. All right. Positive vibes. Positive vibes. I feel like Wayne's World. Okay, so I have made some pretty good progress in Blindsight by Peter Watts. I'm still just kind of trucking away on this one. I did start this back in February, so I'm a little over halfway finished with this now, and I'm liking this book. It is not super easy though. It's a harder kind of science fiction story as far as the, you know, actual science in here, and what's going on in the story is a bit complex and a bit of, you know, sort of confusing and strange. But I am really liking it. You know, you ever have that with a book? You're like, I think I know what's going on. I think I like it. That's kind of how I'm feeling with this one. So, you know, we've had this kind of this crew that has been sent to investigate, you know, a possible kind of first contact with aliens, and so I've gotten to the point now where they have made contact and have been going exploring, and things have gotten really dark and really weird, and it's just, yeah, it's good stuff. And you learn where the title Blindsight comes from. Yeah, so, you know, I'm going to try to finish it. I want to finish this up pretty soon so I can kind of move on from February. But again, I'm also just kind of enjoying slowly making my way through it at the same time, you know. So I'm liking that. I did start my short story collection for the month. Caitlin Marceau's A Darkness Absolute, is that what I think I was going to call? Read just the first couple of stories so far, and I'm liking it so far. The first story, which I think it's called A Darkness Absolute, it involves people like in an underground like mine. No way. And then the second one is called Sarah, and it deals with sort of teenage girl who, well, really, I don't want to spoil it. It's a short story, but she has sort of a tough home life, and Mean Girls, yeah, kind of a good for her story. I liked it too. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. And just today, yes, my library hold came in for Good Omens, because I kind of want to do the audiobook for this. I thought the audiobook would be really fun, and yeah, it is a super fun audiobook. And so this is, you know, the book club pick for Rachel over Shades of Orange Patreon book club. And I love Neil Gaiman. He's a favorite author of mine, but this is one I hadn't read yet, but I've actually not read any Terry Pratchett, so I didn't really know what to expect, you know, going into this. I thought it'd be probably a little nonsensical and kind of fun, and it is. It's very light and fun, very absurd. A lot of it's funny. I definitely have laughed at some of the parts, and these kind of just strange characters, you know, demons and angels and antichrists and witches, and it's fun so far. So I'm about halfway through, and having a good time with this one. Sometimes it's nice just to kind of have a change of pace. I do read a lot of dark things, and though this is dealing with, you know, demons and gods and devils and all that kind of stuff, it is not very dark. So it's very light and whimsical, and I'm having a good time with it. So let's see. I think that's all I've got in progress. Let me think. I'm pretty sure. I think so. And that's kind of been my week. So a really crappy book and a really good book, and progress on other good books. So man, Dreamcatcher stunk. Ugh. What else? I'm still watching Moonlight Chicken with my sister and loving it. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so good. It's the Thai show that we're watching. It's so good. Husband and I are watching The Last of Us, and of course we just started watching Mandalorian again. New season just started, so we watched the first episode of that, and it was just really fun to be back with, you know, the Mandalorian and Grogu and all those characters. So I'm curious definitely to see where this season is going to go. What else? That's really about it. That's been my week. It's just been one of those weeks. So that's it. Short and sweet one today, I think. Again, just want to remind you about the Week of Weird, though. If you want to join Jason and I as we're hosting this little fun event, I'll have a link to the Discord below still if you want to join in there. Again, we run from March 12th through the 19th. I know that's a week and a day, and that's because I misspoke and made the things incorrectly. You're supposed to go from 12th to 18th, but somehow I ended up the 19th. Look, I don't know. We're just going to roll with it because it's the Week of Weird, so why not make it a week and a day? It's fine. So join us starting March 12th for the Week of Weird. Of course, that's about a little over a week away now. I'm rambling now. And that's it. So thanks for watching. This is a jumbly video, so thanks for watching. If you made it this far, Lord, if you haven't turned me out, thanks for watching. You know, I appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful week. Hope you're doing well. Let me know what you're reading, what you're watching this week, because I definitely want to know. And till next time. Bye.